Iraqi Dinar Today latest news. We have a vital discussion planned for all our dedicated viewers, and it addresses one of the most persistent and emotionally charged claims currently circulating across the internet. Before we get into the details, let me promise you this. We are going to walk through this complex topic with a firm commitment to clarity and factual neutrality. Our purpose here is to equip you with the knowledge to understand the conversation, not to fuel the speculation. The powerful hook that has been capturing the attention of the Iraqi Dinar community lately revolves around a very specific number. This claim, often shared across social media platforms, private forums, and community discussions, suggests that the Iraqi Dinar IQD has somehow achieved, been set at, or been assigned a fixed exchange rate of $2.31 against the US dollar. That exact figure, $2.31, has created a massive surge in debate, high expectations, and emotional responses from those who have followed the dinar story for years, leading to a palpable sense of anticipation among holders worldwide. But here is where our focus diverges from the sensationalism. This channel is not designed to confirm unverified rumors, nor are we here to offer financial predictions or promote unrealistic expectations. Our mission, as always, is to present a grounded, analytical breakdown of what this circulating rumor entails, why this specific number, $2.31, has gained such widespread traction, and how these kinds of currency discussions typically originate and spread in the digital age, especially as we move further into 2025. We aim to break down this complex topic using clear, straightforward language, avoiding the confusing financial jargon that often clouds these conversations. The goal is to provide a simple, easy-to-follow, and deep-dive analysis. We will start with the fundamental nature of the claim that the Iraqi dinar now holds a $2.31 fixed rate. In many online circles, this number is being heralded as a historic, tremendous shift in the currency's value, representing a massive increase compared to the official, publicly listed exchange rate available through standard financial institutions today. The key challenge, which many enthusiasts overlook, is the method by which this information propagates. These claims rarely originate from official government announcements, central bank statements, or recognized global financial systems. Instead, they spread through highly informal channels, such as encrypted message chains, community word of mouth, and small, insular online groups. Consequently, the $2.31 number often gains popularity and perceived credibility purely through repetition, even in the complete absence of verified, official confirmation from any regulatory authority. Yet, the conversation persists, driven by a powerful blend of hope, curiosity, and the inherent human desire for a significant, long-awaited outcome. Throughout this extended discussion, we will meticulously examine the life cycle of such rumors, how they first appear, how quickly they spread, and what critical, responsible questions every dinar holder should ask themselves when they encounter such bold, specific numbers appearing on unverified online sources. Understanding the underlying community conversation is just as crucial as grasping the verifiable financial reality of the situation. So, why does a claim like the $2.31 fixed rate spread with such incredible speed? A significant part of the answer lies in human psychology and the natural desire for validation. When individuals have held a particular asset for an extended period, sometimes spanning a decade or more, they are naturally and emotionally invested in seeing a positive sign. They actively seek updates, indicators of progress, and any reason to believe that a major event is imminent. The powerful emotion of hope, even if not tied to current financial gains, effectively keeps these complex currency discussions alive and highly engaged. A confident assertion of a precise figure, such as $2.31, can create a powerful, though entirely misleading, sense of credibility. The very precision of the number, making it sound official and calculated, often creates an illusion of accuracy for many who hear it. This phenomenon leads communities to repeat the specific figure until it solidifies as a central, popular talking point within the group. It is essential to remember that this repetition is merely a measure of the rumor's circulation, not a verification of its truth. Grasping this distinction is absolutely vital for any viewer aiming to remain grounded and clear-minded. When we embark on this exploration of the circulating rumors, our primary purpose is to dissect the discussion, never to endorse the claim as a confirmed, established reality. We want every viewer to finish watching feeling informed, steady, and capable of analytical thought. Another factor contributing to the $2.31 rumor's momentum is the way it is often presented by various online content creators. The Internet's ecosystem heavily rewards excitement and dramatic headlines, and platforms prioritize content that generates high click-through rates. This creates a powerful feedback loop where the most attention-grabbing, sensational numbers, like $2.31, are chosen for titles and presented as breaking news, regardless of the lack of official confirmation from any financial body. Once a specific number is introduced into the content stream, it is rapidly repeated, shared, and reposted across multiple platforms, quickly achieving a level of familiarity. For some viewers, this constant familiarity gradually translates into a form of acceptance or belief. A key responsibility of this channel is to interrupt that cycle of automatic hype-driven belief. We are committed to discussing what people are saying, but we are equally, if not more, committed to clarifying what has been officially verified and what remains unconfirmed speculation. This approach allows our audience to stay fully informed without being emotionally swayed by the hype. Therefore, as we continue with this comprehensive breakdown, viewers must hold onto this core principle. The conversation about the $2.31 rate is undeniably real and widespread, but the claim itself must always be subjected to careful, critical examination. Let us closely consider the phrase fixed rate, as this term is a major source of the excitement and heightened expectations. In simple financial terms, a fixed rate implies that a country's central bank has made an official, stable, and unchanging commitment regarding its currency's value against another currency or a defined standard. Decisions involving the implementation of a fixed exchange rate are monumental, representing major, official government-level policy changes. Such profound announcements are never quietly concealed, secretly whispered among small online groups, or passed around as insider knowledge. They are always disseminated through clear, political, official channels with comprehensive public documentation. Therefore, when you hear people casually discussing a fixed rate of $2.31, the most essential and logical question to pose is this: if this claim were genuinely accurate, wouldn't it already be a global headline, instantly reported by every major, recognized financial news organization worldwide? Understanding the nature of official financial announcements is crucial. It helps viewers process unverified online discussions without succumbing to unnecessary emotional stress or excitement. This awareness keeps you firmly grounded and mindful of how legitimate, regulated currency systems actually function in the real world. Despite the lack of an official change, the community conversation itself has undoubtedly shifted and intensified. Countless individuals are actively discussing the hypothetical implications of what a $2.31 rate would mean if it ever materialized. These discussions often revolve around possibilities of substantial value increases, the achievement of long-term goals, and the belief that Iraq may, as part of its ongoing economic progression, eventually choose to revalue or adjust its national currency. The persistence of these conversations is rooted in the fact that Iraq, as a nation, has undergone profound transitions, politically, economically, and structurally, over recent decades. Whenever a country is engaged in major, sustained rebuilding and modernization efforts, speculation naturally arises about the future trajectory of its economy. Those who discuss the $2.31 figure are expressing their hopes and optimism, not confirming official, actionable updates. Consequently, while this script meticulously explores the circulating claim, it does so strictly as a breakdown of the community discussion, never as an endorsement or confirmation of an official event. This commitment to transparency is what maintains the integrity of our conversation. Let's delve into why specific numbers like $2.31 gain so much more traction than vague general statements. Historically, dramatic currency increases have occurred in rare cases following massive economic or political reforms. People who follow the dinar narrative often draw comparisons between Iraq's situation and these infrequent, historically significant cases, hoping for a similar eventual outcome. This tendency to draw comparisons, while understandable, does not constitute a prediction or a confirmation of future events. It merely helps explain the psychological and communal reasons why certain precise rate numbers, like $2.31, become powerful symbols of people's long-term hopes rather than reflections of verified financial data. Our primary goal in this breakdown is to assist you in clearly separating hope, general rumor, pure speculation, and genuine factual reporting, allowing you to navigate these intense discussions without confusion or the burden of unrealistic expectations. Let us now examine the architecture of online currency conversations. A dramatic, unverified claim often begins in a small, closed group whose members believe they possess insider or privileged information. These groups frequently employ emotionally evocative terms such as tiers, private exchanges, or secret notifications. Because such language sounds exclusive, mysterious, and highly consequential, it acts as a powerful magnet, drawing people in and making the claim feel uniquely special, even in the total absence of any supporting evidence. Over time, this initial, unverified message is repeated by a growing number of individuals, causing the claim to spread exponentially across a wider audience. Eventually, the repetition results in thousands of people repeating the identical message, even though a confirmed, verifiable source remains elusive. This is precisely how a specific figure like $2.31 transitions from an isolated comment into a central talking point. It originates from community conversation, not from official financial channels. This crucial distinction underscores why responsible holders must remain cautious, grounded, and exceptionally well informed. Here is a vital reminder for every viewer. In the world of public finance, major, consequential currency changes do not happen in secret, quietly, or through hidden groups receiving privileged early updates. If a sovereign nation adjusts the value of its currency, even by a small fractional amount, the entire interconnected global financial system registers that change instantaneously. The information immediately flows through official central banks, regulated banking networks, established currency tracking platforms, and major international reporting agencies. Therefore, when you hear someone declare that this rate is confirmed, you must always pause and critically ask, confirmed by whom? If the confirmation is not coming directly from publicly recognized official authorities, such as a country's central bank or the International Monetary Fund, then it is simply not confirmed. It may be discussed, repeated, or rumored, but it remains unverified. Understanding this simple, critical filter helps you participate in these community conversations without being overwhelmed by claims that are detached from the current financial reality. Now, let's analyze why highly specific numbers like $2.31 are frequently cited instead of more general, vague statements. The use of a precise figure creates a much stronger emotional impact. It feels calculated, formal, and official, even when it is not. Individuals operating in the currency, rumor circles strategically employ these highly specific numbers to deliberately enhance the perceived believability of their claims. The figure $2.31 31 is not arbitrary in these discussions. It is repeated precisely because it sounds like a data point derived from a legitimate spreadsheet, a financial table, or a policy document. This powerful illusion of detail is the psychological mechanism that keeps the same rumor circulating year after year. But being genuinely informed means understanding that a number can sound utterly convincing without possessing an iota of verification. It takes only a small number of confident, repetitive voices to begin making an entire community believe that a rumored number is real. This is why we consistently encourage every viewer to take a step back, pause, and engage in critical thinking whenever they encounter dramatic, seemingly perfect claims that promise massive returns. Our goal in this content is to carefully deconstruct these rumors and present a clear, balanced, and fact-based perspective. We must also discuss how large online communities can unintentionally act as amplifiers for unverified claims. When a dramatic, bold statement, especially one that sounds like profoundly good news, is posted, individuals who are emotionally invested in the positive outcome will often immediately share it with their networks before conducting any fact-checking. This behavior initiates a rapidly moving chain reaction. Within a matter of hours, thousands of people may be repeating information that originated from a single, unverified comment or video, and as the message spreads, it begins to feel more and more legitimate to newcomers joining the conversation. This process is not exclusive to the Dinar community. It is a pervasive phenomenon across the entire digital landscape. However, currency discussions feel particularly intense because they involve money, which is inherently emotional. People hold onto the profound hope for financial improvement, and when that hope powerfully blends with a compelling rumor, the result can be extraordinarily convincing. This is why channels like ours prioritize calm, grounded, and factual analysis. We want viewers to intellectually understand the conversation without being dragged down by the volatile, emotional side of speculation. The $2.31 claim serves as a perfect example of how one specific number can develop a self-sustaining life, even in the complete absence of official confirmation. Another important point involves the emotional reaction of long-term currency holders when these massive claims appear. Many people have held their dinar notes for years, meticulously storing them in secure locations. When an asset is held for such a long duration, it becomes an emotional touchstone. It's natural to search for a sign that patience and long-term holding might eventually yield a reward. This powerful emotional connection makes large, exciting claims feel potent and compelling. Even if people logically acknowledge that a claim might not be officially verified, they are still drawn to the dramatic possibility it represents. This is precisely why it is essential to maintain a clear, strong separation between emotional investment and verifiable, factual information. Interest and hope are perfectly fine human emotions, but making real-world financial decisions based purely on unverified rumors can often lead to disappointment and significant misunderstandings. In this detailed script, we break down these claims so that viewers can effectively manage their expectations and remain firmly grounded, particularly when encountering a dramatic, circulating claim like the supposed $2.31 fixed rate in 2025. Greater clarity empowers the holder, leading to a stronger and more secure feeling when exposed to intense claims. Let's now briefly explore why Iraq consistently remains a focal point for this kind of intense financial speculation. Iraq is a nation blessed with vast natural resources, most notably its massive oil reserves. It is undergoing significant development projects, structural reforms, and economic modernization efforts, and it has a large, young population. These undeniable factors naturally encourage people to speculate about the nation's future financial growth and potential transformation. When any country engages in substantial rebuilding and economic restructuring, it inevitably becomes a magnet for speculative interest. Various communities look at Iraq's undeniable potential and begin to imagine possible long term positive outcomes. However, imagining potential outcomes and having confirmed, official updates are two fundamentally different realities. The current conversation surrounding the $2.31 number does not stem from official governmental institutions. It originates from people combining their aspirations and hopes with the country's high potential. This blend of optimism and rumor is what causes these conversations to spread so rapidly. In today's video, we make that distinction crystal clear, empowering our viewers instead of leaving them in a state of confusion. Understanding the critical difference between national potential and official confirmation is absolutely essential. Another topic that frequently surfaces in online groups is the concept of structured exchanges, or tiers. These phrases appear often in discussions about exotic currencies like the dinar. The central problem is that these terms are rarely, if ever, tied to any real, verifiable, or regulated banking processes. Instead, they function primarily as community-specific buzzwords that sound highly important but fail to reflect actual, official financial procedures. Legitimate, regulated banks and financial institutions follow clear, public, and regulated processes. They do not operate in hidden tiers, run quiet exchange groups, or offer secret early access programs for currency revaluation events. Therefore, when you hear people attempt to connect the $2.31 claim with terms like Tier 4 billions or structured liquidity releases, you must immediately understand that these are components of the online rumor vocabulary, entirely separate from actual, verifiable global banking systems. Our commitment is to assist viewers in clearly separating the reality of real-world finance from the often mysterious and sensational terminology used within the rumor-based communities. Armed with this understanding, you can approach the conversation rationally, calmly, and with confidence. Let's also clarify the major difference between a market rumor and a recognized financial update. A recognized financial update is always issued by an official entity, such as a central bank, a government treasury department, or a major international financial body. It is publicly documented, transparently published, and easily verifiable by anyone. A market rumor, in stark contrast, is informal. It may be generated from a text message, an email, an online forum post, or a social media video. It travels via conversation and repetition, not via formal documentation. The $2.31 claim unmistakably falls into the category of a rumor because no recognized official institution has announced such a rate change. Despite its status as a rumor, it remains a dominant part of the ongoing conversation. This is why we cover it, not to validate it, but to comprehensively explain the mechanisms by which rumors propagate and influence large groups of people. When viewers master the ability to clearly identify the difference between an unverified rumor and an official verification, they become much stronger, more discerning decision makers. This core educational function is one of the main goals of Iraqi Dinar Today latest news. To inform, not to emotionally excite. To clarify, not to confuse. And to present all information with the utmost responsibility and neutrality. Now, let's turn to the practical application of this knowledge. What immediate steps should holders take when they encounter intense claims like the $2.31 rumor? The first, most crucial step is to remain calm. Big, dramatic numbers are designed to evoke big emotions, but maintaining a grounded, steady mindset is the key to clear thinking. The second step is to actively and immediately seek confirmation directly from official, public sources. If a piece of information is not announced via official, recognized channels, it simply is not confirmed. The third step involves reviewing your holdings and your overall financial strategy realistically, basing your assessments on verified data, not on the claims made by someone online. The fourth, and perhaps most important, step is to avoid making any rushed, emotional decisions. Rumors often create panic or sudden, undue excitement, but decisions made under such intense emotional pressure frequently lead to regret. Being a responsible holder means being thoroughly informed, steady in your resolve, and realistic in your expectations. Today's comprehensive video is designed to give you the analytical tools to do exactly that, particularly when you are confronted by highly dramatic, unverified claims like the alleged $2.31 fixed rate. With that guidance established, let's briefly explore why some individuals develop a deeply held belief in these rumors, even in the face of zero verification. A major contributing factor is the sheer power of repetition. When a rumor is repeated consistently for months or even years, it begins to feel extremely familiar. And to the human mind, familiarity often strongly resembles truth, even when there is absolutely no evidence to substantiate the claim. The $2.31 rumor has immensely benefited from both repetition and a powerful sense of community reinforcement. Because it has been discussed for such an extended period, many people fall into the trap of assuming it must have some kind of factual foundation. But as we have clearly demonstrated today, familiarity is not and never will be the same as verification. This is why grounded channels like ours actively work to interrupt this cycle by providing perspective and clarity. When you understand how the mechanism of repetition influences group belief, you gain the powerful ability to remain grounded and prevent yourself from being swept away by emotional, speculative waves. Let's also briefly examine the inherent appeal of dramatic financial rumors. People are naturally drawn to ideas that promise rapid improvement, sudden wealth, or an immediate opportunity for a massive life change. It taps into the same psychological drives that fuel interest in lottery tickets and get-rich-quick narratives. The critical difference with currency rumors is that they are often framed as serious economic updates, which makes them sound much more plausible than pure fantasy. When a viewer hears a statement such as the dinar is now at $2.31, it activates a powerful range of emotions: excitement, hope, relief, and expectation. These strong feelings make the claim feel bigger and more believable than the underlying facts actually support. Understanding this psychological effect is a vital shield against misinformation. Today's script breaks down these topics not just with financial logic, but with psychological awareness. Another layer of complexity worth exploring is how intricate global economic discussions are often dramatically simplified or completely misunderstood in the online rumor environment. The process of currency valuation is complex. It involves international reserves, inflation rates, central government policies, trade balances, and many other real-world financial factors. But when these complex topics are converted into a rumor, all of the essential complexity vanishes, leaving only the single exciting element. Someone might seize a single, minor piece of economic data and inflate it into a massive, unfounded claim, or simply misunderstand a financial term and turn it into something sensational. The $2.31 claim perfectly exemplifies this pattern. It takes the highly complex subject of currency valuation and reduces it to a single, contextless number. This is precisely why videos like this one are so important. They restore the critical context to the conversation, reintroduce accuracy, and help viewers see the complete picture instead of just the sensationalized rumor version of the story. Now, let's synthesize what people are actually communicating when they discuss the $2.31 rumor. In a large number of online discussions, individuals describe this rumored rate as confirmed, in motion, or already active behind the scenes. They speak of banking systems being quietly updated, global financial partners preparing, and major moves being executed outside of public view. These statements are specifically designed to create the powerful impression that a massive event is unfolding hidden from the public eye. However, as we have emphasized, real, regulated financial systems operate with transparency, not secret windows. When a sovereign nation adjusts its currency, the change is not concealed. It becomes instantly and openly visible across every regulated platform worldwide. Therefore, when people claim the $2.31 rate is secretly active, that alone functions as a major indicator that the claim is a rumor, not a verified fact. Nevertheless, people continue to discuss it because it aligns perfectly with their hopes and long-term aspirations. This video provides you with the essential ability to monitor the conversation while remaining firmly and rationally rooted in reality. Let's bring the focus back entirely to you, our dedicated viewer and currency holder. You deserve clarity, you deserve honesty, and you deserve a balanced, realistic perspective. You deserve information that respects your intelligence and never seeks to exploit your hopes. In the modern world, misinformation often travels at lightning speed. That is why this channel remains resolutely focused on providing you with clear, fact-based explanations rather than emotional, manipulative hype. When you encounter a bold claim such as the dinar is now $2.31, you must always remember this simple, powerful, and reliable rule. If it is real, it will be public. If it is not public, it is not confirmed. Armed with this clear-cut principle, you can confidently navigate these conversations with total calmness and confidence. You do not have to fall victim to the drama, pressure, or exaggerated claims that circulate online. You can remain steady, realistic, and completely well-informed. To provide a final summary of today's